Welcome to Doggie Time, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
And pause up, my cats and kittens. You are tuned in once again to Doggie Time on DentonRadio.com. We are broadcasting live from the Mighty Vic in downtown Denton, the Visitors Information Center Bureau. It took me a long time to word that one out. We're going to try this again. Pause up, my cats and kittens. You are tuned into Doggie Time on DentonRadio.com. Does that sound better?
Yes.
A little bit better? Okay,
Yeah.
good. And we are at the Mighty Vic on 111 Hickory Street here in beautiful downtown Denton. If you walk by, you can look through the mirror or look through the windows there and see us, and we will look back at you. And if you're lucky, we'll pretend to recognize you. That's good. You like that?
It's good.
That's good, yeah. Wave at you and promise we won't say anything rude because Mr. Producer's just informed us that we shouldn't do that. And it's in good form that you don't. You shouldn't, especially people out there, they could have rocks and things. And these are not bulletproof windows.
Yeah, not a good idea.
So they get, or if they're really inventive, they could drive like a truck through the front. Don't want to give anybody any ideas, okay? So we're not going to do that. We'll just backtrack here. You are probably wondering who we're sitting with. This is the very lovely and talented Jordan Austin is with us tonight. Say hello, Jordan.
Hello.
Hello. She did that really well, right? She's been practicing. And Jordan is a singer-songwriter from around these parts for right now.
For right now. Mm-hmm.
For right now. You showed up at LSA during the open mic. I don't know. It's been about 2 months now, I guess. Almost. Yeah.
Like
you just kind of popped up out of nowhere and said,
did.
hey. And then you continued popping up, which was just lovely. You're persistent, if nothing else, dear.
I'm very persistent.
You are. She wasn't even signed up. But the girl learned quickly that, like a vulture, if you sit on Snoopy's doghouse and wait, somebody's bound not to show up. And you just pounce right in there, right?
Yeah.
It works.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. Monday, Vulture Day. Okay, it's on your little calendar there. But, yes, you do some singing, songwriting, and things like that. And it's been lovely so far. Had a great time.
Thank you.
So we thought we'd drag you down here and throw you to these wolves and see what you thought and see what they think. If, my cats and kittens, you have a comment and would like to participate, type her in. We're on Facebook. We're live in the ethereal stratosphere of that which is called the internet. And I still don't understand it, but they tell me it works every week, so I'm just taking that for granted.
It does.
And Jordan, where are you from? You're not from Denton.
No.
Where dost thou hail from? Whence comest thou?
I've moved around a lot.
Oh.
A lot.
Are you an Army brat?
No. My dad was in the Navy, but we didn't move.
Navy brat.
Yeah. I guess so. We didn't move because him
You're
being
not
in the
escaping
Navy.
that one. Right. Well, they usually just stick them on a boat. You got to be. So, did you
Yeah.
do coast? Did you grow up by the coast at all?
Well, we lived in Washington.
Oh, poor thing. D.C. or the state? Oh, that's
State.
better. That's better.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
got better
definitely.
food up there.
Yeah, lived in Washington State for a little bit, Colorado for high school. After high school, moved to Texas,
All right.
and then, yeah, just moved around ever since then.
So you've been here in Texas. Did you move directly to Denton or?
No, at first when I moved here, I lived in Allen,
Oh,
and then
okay.
a little bit of Plano, and
For those of you, my cats and kittens, who don't know where Allen, Texas is, Google it. It's that way. Okay.
yeah. And now I'm in Prosper. So
Oh, okay. So you live in
Yeah.
Prosper now. Okay. No, the sticks. You managed to stay in the sticks.
yeah, love
That's
it.
awesome. That's very, very cool. So, and you are a singer-songwriter, a bit of a country flavor. I've noticed. There's a trend from all the times that I've watched you play and played with you that
Yes.
there's a little trend. You got a little country flavor going.
Yeah.
Have you always been doing the country music or?
Yeah, just 'cause, I mean, if there's like a pop song on the radio, it's kind of hard to convert
Right.
acoustically. So I normally just stick to country, just so it sounds the closest to the song.
How long have you been playing?
Well,
Where did you start? Let's go back. Let's go back to the roots here. Let's dig this up. When did Jordan first say, "Oh my gosh, I want to torture myself for the rest of my life, and I'm going to do this"? And so
I think in middle school, I kind of got the idea of, oh, I want to play guitar. I first started with piano.
Right.
And then at church, the lead singer was the lead guitarist as well. And from that point, I was like, oh, I want to do what he's doing. And
Right.
so got my first guitar as an electric guitar, and
Ooh.
that went downhill. Never touched it.
Really?
No, because I was like, I don't know how to play this thing. I can't do this fancy stuff that they do on.
Good for you.
Yeah. So I never touched it again. And then a couple years later, I got rid of the guitar and I went and bought myself an acoustic guitar.
Right.
And kind of touched on it a little bit, not much. And come high school, started getting grounded a lot. Spent a lot of time in my room and
Wild child, were you?
taught myself how to play the guitar while being grounded.
That's fascinating.
So,
I did that with my son, as a matter of fact. He I can't remember what he did, but it was heinous. And so, okay, you're grounded for the rest of your life. And
Yeah.
about the third day in, I mean, he had no technology. He was just blown it. He had blown it by that time. I think he was about 14 or something like that. And I walked in and I handed him a bass guitar, and I said, "Here." And he woodshedded, and he ended up being my bass player for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So there's a little idea for you about cats and kittens. If you have children and you want them to play in your band later on, ground them and give them an instrument. It seems to work.
It'll work.
Yeah, it'll work.
They have nothing else to do in their room.
And to me, it's fascinating that you started out. You started out with the electric guitar and then went to acoustic. Generally, it's the other way around, you know. And I've seen some great acoustic players just ruin their lives by picking up the electric beast. We have a little bit of an attitude about guitar players here on Doggie Time. It does not reflect the beliefs or the intentions of the station. Is that good? Yeah, Jake's laughing. Diamond doesn't. Anyway, no, actually, some of my favorite people are guitar players, real life, honest to God guitar players. I am not, so I can get away with it. Yeah, I can play guitar because I'm not a guitar player. So see, see how that worked? See what I did there? Okay. So anyway, so you went from electric to acoustic, and did you immediately start writing songs, or was that something that just?
I wrote a few songs when I was in my room.
Right.
Just to vent out my own feelings, and that's kind of just where it started. And then in high school we had a senior project, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but it had to be something creative and something you did yourself. And so I was like,
cool.
maybe I'll share a song that I wrote.
Right.
And so that's kind of where.
Was it all
I
personal and
got a
tragic?
big It was a personal
personal
song.
and
It was a personal song, not a boyfriend heartbreak kind of song, but
My God.
yeah, different kind of heartbreak. But sang that
You
for
broke
my
my
class.
heart and I killed you. And I was buried in the
Almost.
backyard.
Pretty close.
I do not. I swear to God, I do not know how you guys do that. I've tried to sit down and write personal songs, and I just get sidetracked into something else and end up finishing with Jack the Ripper or something like that. I just for a long time I was writing murder mysteries.
Oh wow!
Because that was what was fun, and it got to be kind of a joke. Is how far along are you in the Bone Doggy set, and how many people have died up till now? And I think the record is we killed off 9 people in one night.
Oh my
It
gosh!
was awesome. There's about 4 songs in there.
Violent.
So, not so much. We didn't get into really detail a whole lot, just implied, kind of the Alfred Hitchcock implied. So, I didn't. There was nothing about shooting somebody from the back and things like that.
Right.
So,
That's comforting.
but writing, do you when you write songs now, do you use personal experience, or do you just?
Yeah, all of them are personal, just from like my story and just other people's stories.
Right.
Friends' experiences, and I've taken their stories. I was like, I'm gonna write a song about you or this experience.
Really? Have you ever been called out for that one? You wrote a
No.
song about me. I can't believe
there's
you
a
did
few
that.
people who don't know I have songs about them, so that's
Good for
also
you.
probably why.
You don't have to tell them, and nobody said that you had to tell them.
Yeah, that's probably another reason why. But keep that on the down low.
That would be kind of embarrassing, to find out. Was this song about me? No, it wasn't. But the same thing happened to me. No, it didn't.
Yeah.
as far as you know. So,
But yeah, yeah. So just yeah, from high school, kind of, and people liked the song, and so from that point on, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start writing more songs, and
right,
um, just kind of went from there.
going
And
from there,
yeah,
you started performing. Have you been? I don't know. I've never asked you this. Have you been performing long
no,
since?
very
Okay.
new. I did my first, I guess you'd say, open mic. Oh, and I've lived in Bluffdale. When I
What's
lived.
Bluffdale? Welcome to Bluffdale. We're just
Stephenville.
bluffing.
It's over by Stephenville.
Is it?
Yeah,
Never.
Weatherford.
I
Fort-
hope there's somebody out there from Bluffdale just so that you can write in and say, yes, we do exist. So,
Yeah, sang at this small bar in Bluffdale, and that was nerve-wracking. So I
Right.
didn't do it again for a couple months, and then when I moved to Prosper, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to get back into it again, and went to a few bars, and yours was probably the third one I've hit since I've moved to Prosper.
third time's a charm, baby.
It is.
Uh,
So far.
I found a place where I could sneak myself on stage every week. No problem.
Yeah.
You just walk up and grin and say, do you have anybody? And I say, we will. So, and we do. We usually have somebody drop out, and you just fit right in there.
There I
As a
am.
matter of fact, Monday you were a godsend. Thank you so much for showing up.
You're
That
welcome.
was awesome because we needed somebody for that spot, and that was very cool.
Yeah.
So,
Good
oh, we
time.
got a couple hellos. Trace Baker, and baby, I don't even remember where you live now. I know that it's up, I guess, in the North 40 or whatever. Trace Baker was the singer in a band. We were both in a band together back when we were youngins
Okay.
called Mad Hatter. Am I correct in that assumption, my dear? You can type me back and see, but she's an amazing singer. She's really awesome,
Okay.
and we did a lot of Heart and Pat Benatar, but got to give the girl creds is she would jump up and she'd do some Who and Quiet Riot and stuff
Okay.
like that too. This was back in the hair metal days, back
Yeah.
in the old hair metal days. So, but hi Trace, and Jay Mackey's out there, or yep, Mackey from his daughters are Plato's Theory.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who flit through these hallways every now and then with me. So say hello to she's in Pennsylvania, Hart. So Hartsville, Pennsylvania is where Trace Baker's at. Hi baby, it's good to see you again. Yes, I am. Yes, yes you are. Okay, so anyway. Jay didn't send us a heart. That was it, Trace Baker. Mad Hatter, and you drew the mascot. I did. I drew the logo.
You did?
Yeah, it was. I did. It was a little extravagant, but I didn't have anything else to do that afternoon.
Worked out?
It did. It did. It was a good band, wasn't it, dear? Yes, it was. It was a good band. So, but anyway, back to us. So you showed up at open mic and started doing this thing, and now, and we've had this discussion a million times. You are looking to put together a band.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much.
Any idea what you're looking for, or are you just kind of leaving that kind of open for whatever comes along? Or
Like what kind of band? Or
well, yeah. What kind of band? What kind of instrumentation would be lovely?
I mean, definitely another guitarist,
All right.
bass, drums, and would love a fiddle and banjo. But
Keeping with the country flavor and all of
Mhm.
that. So, my cats and kittens, if you're out there and you're checking it out and you are looking for somewhere to play, give this. You're on Facebook. Are we
Yes.
correct? Jordan,
Facebook.
Jordyn,
YN.
Austin. And hit her up. Send her a message and say, hey, I play. And if you're lying, she'll find out in short order. She's a sweetheart. She's very nice. She's also got a mean streak. So, yeah, you do.
Sassy.
A sassy streak.
Sassy side, but not
A
me.
sassy streak. And Bob Ralph says hello. Hello, Bob. So, Bob is our resident chronicler. If you have not met Bob, you will.
I don't think I have.
He takes pictures of everybody and video and things like that. And he has a lovely little show that goes on Tiny Couch Productions. And what he does is he brings guys like you in, you play some songs, do videos, and then he sticks it on YouTube.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah, you'll get to meet him. It's pretty
Okay.
cool. So, anyway, speaking of recording, I know that you've done some home recording and you're planning to hit the studio before too long and make some demos.
Yes,
So you're looking for some demo musicians as well.
I am.
Okay, so there you go.
Yep.
Facebook guys, message the girl.
Yeah, just trying to create a demo so I can start doing gigs.
Start shopping,
Mhm.
yeah, and all of that. And it's kind of exciting though. I mean, just starting out, and at the same time, it's just a pain in the fanny.
Exciting and frustrating
Yes.
at the same time.
Well, I've always believed with every fiber of my being that the hardest thing to do is start a band.
Yes.
The second hardest thing is to keep it together.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, it seems like monumental until you find the right people, and then you cruise for a while,
Right.
and sometimes that takes a while. So patience is always a virtue. We've had that discussion,
Working on
and you
it.
just looked at me like you're an idiot. I said, no, you got to be patient. No, I want it now. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so doing a little demo recording, and then just start shopping and getting yourself out there.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that is the plan.
Very, very cool. Well, what we're going to do, my dear, is we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to come back and let you play a few tunes. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'd
Kinda
love to.
do some showing what you can do out there in the wild world.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. All right, well, Mr. Producer, we are going to take a few minutes, and you want to play some videos? Okay, let's give Billy Ratcliffe a spin. And maybe even a Matt Grigsby while we get the girls set up here. You are tuned in to Doggie Time on DentonRadio.com. Do not leave the neighborhood. We will be back in just a few minutes.
Hope I'm Peter. I want to read my soul. Hope I'm Peter. When I'm here below, everywhere I've been, everywhere I go. Oh, palm leader, won't you let me know? An old gypsy woman in the tent, tell me how my time gets spent. Oh, and can't you see the scars on me? From my calloused hands to my road-torn feet, I got a broken back, I got a broken heart, and no palm reader, won't you read the stars? An old gypsy woman in the tent, tell me how my money gets spent. Oh! And I ain't gonna curse you, and I ain't gonna moan. My lifeline is severed, and my love line is torn. And I work every day, good God, down to the bone. And if these hands could tell the story, then you know. No faith healer, lay your hands on me. I don't need a preacher, I want some mystery. And if you speak in tongues, well, brother, I'm all in. Oh, just don't tell me about my wicked life of sin. And I ain't gonna curse you, and I ain't gonna moan. I need some redemption and a heart made strong. And I work every day, good God, down to the bone. And if these hands could tell the story, then you know. Hey, palm reader, did you see the fights? Did you catch me in the back of the barroom nearly every night? And where do I go now? What do I do from here? Yeah, I got me a woman that I love and I hold so dear. It's so strange feeling, never happened before. And palm reader, won't you tell me more? An old gypsy woman in the tent, tell me how my love gets spent. Oh! miss you. No, I ain't gonna moan. My lifeline is severed, my love line is torn, and I work every day, good God, down to the bone. And if these hands could tell the story, then you know. Yeah, if these hands could tell the story, then you know. And if these hands could tell the story, then you know.
Headed out as soon as I came of age. Only came back for some holidays. One by one my family turned the page. They're all dead and in the ground. I've no reason to come around. Now I'm a stranger in my hometown. Where I'm from, we all play for the red team. We all share the same morality. Other voices won't be heard no matter what they scream. If you vote blue, they'll put you down. I no longer hang around. That's why I'm a stranger in my hometown. Message in the church pews, it's always been the same. It's fire and brimstone, sinners and shame. But you can't find the source of love in the fear of the flame. No, I'm no longer heaven bound, since I no longer hang around. That's why I'm a stranger in my hometown. Now I found a new place to return from where I roam. I can be myself and not have to be alone. Wherever you are raised doesn't have to be your home. Home is where you settle down, where you love to hang around. And now I'm proud to be a stranger to my hometown.
And we are back, my cats and kittens. You are tuned into Doggy Time on dentonradio.com. And we are about to grace the airwaves with the lovely and talented, what's your name again?
Jordan Austin.
Oh, that's the one. That's right. The lovely and talented Jordan Austin is going to fly the ethereal gulf and serenade all of you guys. So take it away, my dear.
All right. This first song I'm going to start off with is called Mercy. He said, I'm watching your truck leave. Headlights and taillights fade into dark. I never knew what I had, standing alone in the sand. I know what all I said. I know I pushed you far away. I thought it'd be easier all alone, but baby, I was wrong. I was so wrong. He said he messed up and made 1,000 mistakes. I'll do whatever it takes, baby. He said, I'll understand if you don't wanna take a second chance on what broke you, but I'll keep on praying. Oh, I'll keep on praying. All I've ever loved is gone. 3,000 miles to Texas gone. Being foolish and selfish felt like a couple rounds pounding my chest. All I've ever loved is gone, with 600 days left in the core. I wanna make the big gesture with you now. I'm standing in your crowd of choices. He said he messed up and made 1,000 mistakes. I'll do whatever it takes, baby. He said, I'll understand if you don't wanna take a second chance on what broke you, but I'll keep on praying. Oh, I'll keep on praying. I've never had someone love me the way like you do. I've never had this feeling in my heart. I won't stop till you're in my arms. He said he messed up and made 1,000 mistakes. I'll do whatever it takes, baby. He said you don't realize what you had until the world leaves your hand in a blink of an eye. But here I am praying. Oh, here I am praying. All right, thank y'all. This next one I'm gonna sing will be called A Notion. I had a friend help me write it. His name is Cody O'Donnell, and he actually lives in Colorado, so we kind of wrote the song together in different states. So hope y'all like it. to share. I have a notion to tell you how I feel. All these emotions have no doubts, they are real. He only brings you tears and wants to watch you fall. He doesn't own your fears. Be brave and stand tall. There's a lack of devotion in his love for you. He inhibits the promotion of everything that you do. I pray this comes heartfelt. I say this as your friend. You're no notch in his belt. Bring this toxic to an end. He only brings you tears and wants to watch you fall. He doesn't own your fears. Be brave and stand tall. I won't buy your fake smile, it's driving me insane. I have a notion to spare you for more pain. I have a notion to gently lift your chin. I'm drowning oceans, seeing you with him. Thank you. All right, so this last song I'll be singing, I wrote partially in my room a long time ago, and I came back to it probably about 7 years later and decided to finish it. So this song is called Heaven Above. She's running in the flowers and the pasture. Let the wind make her feel like she was flying to a place no one could find her. Mama screaming, always traveled for miles and miles. Storm is rolling in and the clouds are turning green. Soon the unseen will all be seen. Midst of all of this, she's standing in the sky and whispers above and asks for wings to fly away, and asks for wings to a higher place, to fly me to a place where the grass is always green. Fly me to a place where his arms are opening. Fly me to a place where everybody loves. Fly me to what they call heaven above. She's turning thin pages in the Bible, looking for all the answers to her questions. with a flashlight, where she spent most of her nights after crying. Let the violent wind seek her, save her from within. Wants to escape from this worldly pain. Midst of all of this, she's standing in the sky and whispers above and asks for wings to fly away, and asks for wings to a higher place, to fly me to a place where the grass is always green. Fly me to a place where his arms are opening. Fly me to a place where everybody loves. Fly me to what they call heaven above. There's not a calm before the storm. Ain't enough stories to save this stone cold war. I found my wings to reach the Lord, to fly me to a place where the grass is always green. Fly me to a place where his arms are opening. Fly me to a place where everybody loves. Fly me to what they call heaven above.
Yeah, notice how smooth that transition was. That was awesome.
It's okay.
So, the lovely and talented Jordan Austin. Well done, girl. Well done. I love. Well, I love the last song. Is that gonna work?
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
I'll be fine.
Bam! Great noise. Anyway, yeah, I love the fact that some tunes you get an idea, and then it sits around for like 200 years before it finally just sorts itself out.
Well, normally it takes me like,
Come over here. There you go.
it takes me, I don't know, depending on the situation, it could take like a day to write a song to maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just depending, but that one, I had wrote it in my room. I didn't really know where I was going with it.
Right.
And a few months ago, I wanted to write a new song, and that kind of came up on my mind. I was like, maybe I'll, because I still
Kinda
remember what I was
revive it
writing.
a
Yeah, and I was
little
like, maybe
bit
I'll
and-
actually try and write this song. And
Yeah.
that song I wrote in like 2 hours.
Did you end up changing a lot of it? Did you just have a new inspiration for it? Because I get those a lot. I've had songs that I've had around for 15 or 20 years, and every now and then I'll just rewrite the bloody
Yeah,
thing.
I guess I did. The chorus was a lot different.
Yeah.
The chorus was very slow. It
Right.
was a really, really slow song.
You kind of sped
And
it up.
yeah, and I was like, I kind of want this song to be somewhat intense, and
Yeah.
intense as it can acoustically. But
Hey, some people are very good at intense acoustically.
yeah, so I did change it up chords wise and just
Right.
beat wise and everything.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I kept the lyrics.
That's, right now, when I'm, like I say, I have songs that I haven't finished. They've been sitting around in bits and pieces for a while, and one of the things that I've started messing with is household appliances as percussion,
Okay.
and they're starting to fall together now. So
a
I
good
guess
idea.
that's what I needed was dig out the pots and pans
to
so that
look
I can
into
finish.
that.
Exactly. Well, it's not for everybody. I'll just say it. But I wanted to say something real quick is to get away from all of it, and I wanted to tell you a story. Since Trace is watching us from Pennsylvania tonight and to say hello, Trace and I were in a band called Mad Hatter years ago, and we were playing in a place in Irving, wasn't even a classy dive. It's just a little beer joint. And we had been playing there pretty regularly, and we had a good following. The place was full, and one night it got even more full of the boys in blue.
Okay.
About 30 of them walked in and lined the walls of this club. Now, we're up on stage at this point, and the place just filled up with policemen. And they all come in. They didn't say anything to anybody, but they lined the wall, and they were just kind of looking around and scrutinizing the crowd. And we had a very eclectic crowd. They were well behaved for the most part, but, you know, they were kind of checking it out. And, okay, nothing happened, right?
Yeah.
Well, come to find out that what had happened is that they were actually following somebody. And he had come through the parking lot, and he entered the club, and they couldn't find him. And what somebody had told us after the gig is that they looked up above the stage, and they had a partitioned type ceiling, and some of the partitions were gone, and this guy had climbed up into the roof area there, the ceiling area there, and was literally hanging over us while we were playing. But the best part was that he was actually wearing Tracy's street clothes while he was doing it.
Oh, no.
So he had gotten back into the green room. She had put her stage clothes on and left her street clothes in the green room. And he had gotten back there and put on her clothes and was literally hanging above us while we were doing our set. And I thought, this is totally different.
This is something new.
And Tracy handled it with composure. She demanded her clothes back, and she got them. But yeah, that was just kind of weird. So that was it's one of the things you get to look forward to when you
I guess
actually
so.
start doing this mess. All right, my love. Well, what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to thank you so much for coming out and doing this. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate
And you
it.
did a great job. And when you start to do the recording and things like that, then we'll bring you back and do a little update and see how you're doing and how you're progressing. This is very new to you, I know,
Very.
but you're working really hard at it.
Trying.
And good for you. Good for you. I mean, seriously, I appreciate it, and I admire that you just, out there doing it,
Yeah, I'm
So
kind of
that's
like
pretty
a
awesome.
pest, so
I like pesto.
bothering everybody.
Oh, not pesto. Pesto. Okay.
No, not pesto.
I love pesto. Anyway, so anyway, but no, you've got some tenacity, and that's one of the things you need. And like we had talked about, you also need the skin of a rhino, and be thick-skinned and belligerent and bullheaded. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
I know you could do that. So, well, what we're going to do is we're going to sign off with a bump. You have to do a bump. And what we're doing is recording for posterity. Excuse me. We're going to record for posterity. I want a recording of that, by the way. You say, "This is Jordan Austin. You are tuned in to Doggie Time on DentonRadio.com."
All right.
All right? To the camera and to all our adoring fans out there on Facebook. And in your own time, this is serious. Pay attention. All right. So, ready? And go.
Hey, y'all, this is Jordan Austin, tuned in at...
You are tuned in.
You are tuned in at Doggie...
You are tuned in to Doggie Time.
To Doggie Time
on Denton
on
Radio.
Denton Radio.
Wow. Okay, let's try this again. This is you got the
Butchered that.
Jordan Austin part down. You got that down. That's good.
Thank God.
Actually, that doesn't always happen. So, So this is Jordan Austin. You are tuned into Doggie Time on DentonRadio.com.
All right. Hey, y'all, this is Jordan Austin. You are tuned in at
To
Doggie Denton Radio.
Welcome to Doggie Denton Radio, my cats and kittens. We are staged a coup and taken over the place. I love that because there's a lot of neat toys in here. So, no, that's not how you do it. Okay, so this is
Can I have,
Jordan
like, a
Austin, and
cheat
you are
sheet?
tuned. No. No. You are tuned in. No, we're going to make you suffer for the next 15 minutes. So, anyway, you're tuned in to Doggie Time on DentonRadio.com. In your own time.
All right.
Here we go. For real.
All right.
You can do this.
Doggie Time. Hey, y'all, this is Jordan.
You didn't even know the name of the radio show, did you?
Hey, yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Prove it.
Now you have me like, now it's gone.
I have that effect on people. This is Jordan Austin, and you are tuned into Doggy Time
Doggy Time.
on DentonRadio.com.
All right. Hey, y'all. This is Jordan Austin. You're tuned in on to Doggy Time at DentonRadio.com.
You're getting better. You're getting better. You're getting better. I figure a good couple months, we'll have that down. That's pretty awesome. All right.
One
Well,
day.
that's... We're going to quit making this poor woman suffer. As much fun as it is. So, but we do want to thank you for coming in and playing tonight. Thank you so much. You did a great job. And I guess we're going to see you Monday up at LSA. You'll probably waddle through the door and
New home.
yep, and you know, wind your way up to the stage.
Yes.
Hook, line, and sinker. So that's very cool. And we will be back in 2 weeks, my cats and kittens, if we survive, which we should be, but, you know, never take that for granted. And in the meantime, you have a good 2 weeks. We would like to thank producer extraordinaire Jake Laughlin for pushing our buttons. Once again, one more time into posterity, we have cruised almost seamlessly, except for you couldn't remember the name of the show.
It's nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking.
My mind goes blank.
That's why we do this. Now my secret's out. So. All right, my cats and kittens, thank you so much for tuning in. Also, thanks to Bob Ralph, Trace Baker, Paige Coronado Dove. Is that how you say that?
Conrado.
Paige Conrado Dove for saying hello. And everybody else out there in Facebook land that's listening, be sure to tune in to DentonRadio.com. All Denton music on the internet all the time. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
I knew that you could. All right. Push the button, Max.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.